It's time for week 3 of your lateral hip mobility challenge. This week, we're bringing in load. What do I mean by that? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring in a small dumbbell. Why bring in the dumbbell? Number one, it's gonna influence gravity more. So the gravity, the forces of gravity are gonna be increased. As a result, you're gonna have to stretch and mobilize just a little bit further. It's gonna challenge your hip stability more aggressively, because now with that additional load, your hip is gonna have to learn how to stabilize more aggressively. Keep this in mind. I want the dumbbell a very low weight at first, because I want you to go ahead and I want you to make sure that you're still going through the full ranges of motion. As always, keep the pain, keep the stretch, the same as what we've always recommended. Also, keep in mind, if you're not ready for a dumbbell yet, body weight is still perfectly fine. Keep working at it, you'll get there, all right? And then lastly, what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring in both the stationary single leg version that we worked on in week 1, and we're gonna bring in the alternating version that we worked on in week 2. If you can go ahead and immediately go to the alternating version with your dumbbell and not lose range of motion, go for it, because that's where I ultimately want you to get to. But that said, here's the exercises. You're gonna go ahead and widen out with the dumbbell, and you're gonna go ahead and reach. Now, if you have to stay single, you'll just keep it in the same hand. But if you can alternate, you'll switch, drop, switch, drop, switch, drop. So that's the alternating version. Remember, if you're alternating right away, you'll do front direction twice, at the beginning and at the end. So now we're gonna go sideways. Now remember, you can start with the stationary version or single leg first, just dropping down, coming back up. But if you're ready for it, you can do the alternating version. Now, just like before, assist it this way, resist it this way. Gonna be a little tougher, so you may find that you have to slow down a little bit to get to your reach when you're going with the band and having to resist against the band. Then you're gonna go ahead and switch it around, come back to this direction, either go single or alternating while you're doing the movement. And then lastly, if you are doing alternate, you would come back to the front and go alternating again through the front. Something that I haven't mentioned yet through the challenge, band resistance. The further you step out, the more tension on the band. So try to keep your band resistance about the same, but if you have to at times, or you want to go ahead and really start challenging yourself more, you could bump up your band resistance. But my goal is to keep band assistance and resistance relatively the same by using the same starting position and seeing how our range of motion improves, so we don't have too many variables coming at you, so you can see improvement. Are you ready to load your lateral split squats? I hope so, because that's what your challenge is this week. Same sequence as always. 1 minute of exercise, 30 seconds of rest. Go through 4 movements and you're on your way. Challenge yourself 3 times this week using the loaded version of your lateral split squat.